it's Ariana here with RockstarDreams.com at South by Southwest in Austin, Texas, and I'm here with Stef with City of the Week. Stef, this is obviously not your first rodeo. You have won awards that even I'm aware of, and I know you've been doing this for a few years. So tell me about what you got going on right now.
Well, right now, I'm at South by Southwest, of course, just hanging out, having a good time. I sing for the band City of the Week, and we just signed a deal with Another Century Records, and we're working on our first full-length album right now.
Amazing. What is that like, going from kind of what you were doing, which is more on the indie side of things, to now having the opportunity to work with a label?
It's different. You work 10,000 times harder, as if we already weren't working our asses off. We tour. It's different to not tour. We've never taken the time to not tour. We were one of those bands that's on the road 24/7. We basically lived out of a van for 2 years straight. So it's different to be at home and actually like Dr. Phil your album and be like, okay, structure your song this way, do this, and really we want to make this album just amazing. So yeah. It's different, but we're really excited. So
now this wasn't by chance. Tell me about your journey to getting signed.
Well, we competed in something called the Cold Cock Whiskey Battle of the Bands. We are a huge fan of Cold Cock, and we've been sponsored by them for a while. And they did this huge contest. There's different ways to get points, and it's basically like a 5-month-long contest where you do different things for the brand. And there was finalists, and then like a panel of like 40 industry judges, basically hand-picked who got it. So there was a lot of pressure. We received other like label offers that year that we kept turning down, and everybody's like, "You're crazy," and we said, "No, we're not crazy. We're gonna wait." And because I mean that's the label we wanted, and so yeah. I mean it doesn't really matter how you get there. You just get there, and yeah, that's what we did.
So what's the development of the creative process been like? I'm sure do you have the original band members, or over the last couple years you may have kind of switched some out? How's that been like?
Well, I'm actually the only original member from the band, but it's been pretty consistent the last couple years. Obviously, when you just start a band, like I'm not from Minnesota. We were based out of Minnesota. I moved there when I turned 18, and just was like, I'm gonna start a band, like any kid. And so obviously, when you first do that, you go through member after member, and like just kind of weeding out, like, you know, who's gonna
serious,
work. Yeah, who's gonna work, who's serious, who blends with you, like musically. And so, but the current group we have has been around for a couple years at least, so it's a good group, and I'm really excited, and we're like family, so it's awesome.
Now there's obviously thousands, tens of thousands of bands who are trying to make that next step that you are making now. What advice would you have that you think set you guys apart?
Push it. Always push it, push it, push it. Big thing for us was image. Like, I used to have this massive hair, and I would big black eyes, and it's like people thought it was stupid, but it's like every single person.
It's memorable.
Every single person remembered me. Like, not one person forgot my face, and then they would check it out. They'd be like, who's this girl? They'd always be curious, so they would check it out. Whether they like it or not, I mean, they know who I am. And so there was a buzz going around because people would see us and they'd recognize. It's all about recognizing who you are. And then we just toured our asses off, and we were always pushing ourselves. We worked and worked and worked. Because when we started out, we sucked. We were so bad. Like, what band is good?
I love the honesty. That's the most amazing thing that you could have with yourself as an aspiring artist.
I mean, yeah. I mean, even like looking back 2 years ago, or even a few months ago, I'm like, wow, like we've grown. Like, I mean, just you always push it, and you always like have your team push you harder and push you harder and push yourself. That's the biggest thing that bands lack, is they don't push themselves. They only take what they want to hear. They only want good advice. It's like, I want to hear the bad advice. I want to hear what I'm bad at. Like, don't tell me how great I am. I don't want to hear it. I know I'm not great. I want to hear what I suck at. So, and it'll push you.
Yeah.
So,
well, where can we find your music online, and when can we look forward to your next release?
You can find us on iTunes, Spotify. We have tons of music videos on YouTube and Facebook, of course. Reverb Nation. We love Reverb Nation. And our next release sometime later this year. It's kind of up in the air, but I'm gonna assume later this year. So.
This is your first release with your album.
Yeah, we have 2 EPs out, and so yeah, this will be the first full length. So yeah.
Amazing. All right, this is Stef with City of the Week. Be sure to check out their stuff online. This is RockstarDreams.com.